So today I'm going to be doing a declutter. I've been doing a ton of spring cleaning, and I will say on my Mercari up right now is not only these perfumes and fragrances that I'm going to talk about today, but also a ton of clothes, shoes, so many things. I've just been going into every room and every closet and every drawer and just purging and decluttering. So if there's anything you want, and I mean anything, not just fragrance wise, go on my Mercari right now because there's a whole ton of stuff on there right now. My Mercari, as always, is the first link in my description box. But today I'm going to show you some of the perfumes and body mists that I decluttered. I did put up a post on my community tab kind of announcing these. So unfortunately, bad news is that a lot of things have already sold. But good news is that there's still quite a few things left. So if there's anything you have your eye on in this video, hopefully by the time you're seeing this, it's still available on there. This declutter was basically just kind of minimizing things, getting rid of doubles as always. And I always get questions. In fact, I literally got a question yesterday when I put this up on my community tab. There's quite a few people that are disappointed at me, and these are things that I expect every single declutter. Even though I reiterate in every single one of these videos why I declutter, these comments are always just, it's bound to happen. At this point, I expect it. I know it's coming. But basically, people say, I feel like I can't trust you. You always declutter stuff you praise. And I totally get that, being somebody that is also a viewer of YouTubers who recommend stuff. I used to also think this way when I used to watch reviewers talk about stuff, especially before I became one myself. But you just have to realize that even though I'm praising something, I'm still praising it even till the moment that I get rid of it. I just don't want to accumulate a ton of stuff. I want to kind of like cater my collection while still having a decent amount of perfumes to keep so that I can continue reviewing and not constantly talk about the same 5 fragrances. I do see a lot of fragrance creators that have hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, and just rooms dedicated to their perfume collections. I personally cannot get to that point. Being somebody that tries and reviews perfumes on almost not a daily, but definitely weekly basis, you can imagine I accumulate a ton of stuff. And even though I love a lot of things that I come across, I like to really minimize my collection. But another reason why I wanted to do this declutter specifically is kind of get rid of some perfumes so that I can make room for other perfumes, because there's a lot of new stuff right now that I really want to try, but I don't want to buy those until I've made space in my collection. I used to just buy and accumulate and buy and accumulate, and it got way too overwhelming. The collection was just out of control, and that makes me then unable to use anything because I just have decision paralysis. So for me, I kind of do this out with the old and with the new thing. Even though the old I still really love, I just want to be able to kind of cycle in new stuff. I am a fragrance reviewer. I make these videos for you and kind of tell you guys what I like and what I don't like. In my personal opinion, I think it's unrealistic to expect content creators or anybody that talks about things that they're recommending to keep every single thing that they recommend. I don't want to harp on this too much because I say it in every single one of these declutter videos. I feel like most of you have gotten the point, but there's still these comments that come in, and I do want to say thank you to some of you that literally commented back to this person that says, I feel like I can't trust you because you declutter a lot of stuff. She says she's a reviewer, she has a ridiculous amount of fragrances come across her desk on a regular basis. Just because it doesn't make the final cut doesn't mean it's not a great scent and not something she can recommend for those who don't have literally hundreds of perfumes. Yes, like I said, there's a lot of you that get it. With that said, let's get into the declutter. Firstly, I'm gonna go through all of the fragrances that have already sold. First, Escada Miami Blossom. Love Escada Miami Blossom. Let me reiterate, this is such a good tropical, perfumey, fruity scent. I loved it. I made a little bit of a dent, but the reason for kind of a lot of my declutters nowadays, they did not use it as much as I liked to, and also because I've discovered some really good recent new faves, especially in the tropical, beachy summer realm. I feel like I could let go of Miami Blossom just because I'm kind of focusing more on those, and I knew that if I kept it, it would just sit there collecting dust, and I don't do that. Second, I decluttered this Snack House Marshmallow Fluff. I got this on Burlington trip not too long ago. I made a haul video on it. While this was a great scent, I just did not use it nearly enough. When it comes to these really gourmand type of scents, I have a very small collection of them, and I kind of stick with those. And this one, while I really liked it, it didn't blow my mind. A marshmallow scent that I do have my eye on and I really want to get here soon is Delicia de Marshmallow. I have my eye on this, and that's another reason why I like to do these declutters so that I can just use the funds of these fragrances to buy other fragrances. So I will eventually get that scent, and I have high hopes for it, because while this marshmallow fluff one was a really good fluffy marshmallow, there was just something that it lacked in it. And then also I paired that up with this CoverGirl Sweet Blast. I had this perfume just floating in my collection for so long, and I think it was in a declutter bin at some point, like I had decluttered it, but Mercari had taken it off of a listing or something like that had happened. So I just found it floating in my declutter drawers, and I'm like, what is this doing here? So I relisted it, and I'm glad that it is now gone, because it was just kind of floating for a while in my decluttering stuff. Next, okay, I decluttered YSL Black Opium. Honestly, I'm shocked that I hadn't decluttered this earlier, considering how many declutters I've done in the past year. But Black Opium, I kind of held on to this because I felt like it was just such a nostalgic, such an OG kind of scent, and kind of one of those scents that started my fragrance collection along with like Good Girl and all these things. But I do find myself even to this day pulling for Good Girl, but I have never in a while used Black Opium. I just don't pull for it. So I was just kind of sitting there, and if anything, I love my Black Opium Le Parfum, and if I ever wanted to reach for a Black Opium-esque scent, I would just go for the Le Parfum version. So finally let go of Black Opium. Okay, next, this one, Perry Ellis 360 Vanilla. I loved this. I still love it, but I do have the body mist of this. I have Warm Vanilla Sugar, and I have all these other perfumes. I also have other vanillas in my collection that kind of reminded me of this, even though I love this scent and it was such a nostalgic scent. I had a feeling this was just kind of gonna sit there, and it kind of did ever since I got it. Even though when I first got it I was so hit with nostalgia, I ended up forgetting about it very soon after getting it. Got rid of 3 Juliana's perfumes. Honestly, again, these were kind of just floating around in my stuff. I was not using them. This next one, REM. Guys, I have decluttered and rebought and decluttered and rebought REM. I think this was probably the 4th time I had it in my collection after decluttering it so many times. You would think, at least at this point, girl, like, stop buying it, okay? Because you're gonna just declutter it. And every time I declutter it, I'm so sure that I am never gonna get it again. Then somewhere along the lines, I end up rebuying it again because I missed the scent. End up maybe using it twice, 3 times max, forgetting it again, and then decluttering it again. And that's just the cycle with REM. I don't know what goes on with me in this scent, but I'm back in that cycle where I just didn't care for this. And again, through spring cleaning and just really getting rid of stuff, I was like, okay, we're gonna get rid of this. Maybe, hey, if I buy it again, I buy it again, but as of now, I'm over it. Okay, next, these two were kind of shocking because I love both of these and I've talked about them highly, but I'm making room for a lot of new Arab fragrances to come. Arab fragrance videos tend to do really well on my channel, so I decided to get rid of some in order to make room for new ones to come, which I have a lot on my Amazon cart right now. I've been doing my research on a ton of new Arab perfumes. I have my eye on a lot of them. So expect an Arab perfume haul soon. And that is precisely why I got rid of these two. It was just kind of make room. But I got rid of 2 Lattafa scents. Lattafa Sublime, love this one. Total dupe for Kayali Eden Juicy Apple. But for me, the way that I like to do my declutters to really kind of see what I want to get rid of is I will take out all my perfumes and put everything in categories. So all my sweet perfumes, all my fruity perfumes, all my beachy perfumes, and so on. And I will see how many I have in that category, and I will go through each of those little categories so that it's easier for me to declutter. If I see that I have like 20 fruity perfumes, I'm like, okay, we can definitely get rid of some. So that's kind of what happened with Sublime. Even though it's such a good scent, I'm just kind of ready for a new fruity scent to hit my collection. And then with Musk Candy Rose, this is such a good scent, but honestly, when I wanted to pull for a scent like this, like a really nice rose, I would just go for You're the One from Bath & Body Works, which is pretty much the dupe to this perfume. And if anything, I kind of like the body mist more, even though price-wise they're not too different. I think the Musk Candy Rose was like $20 and the body mist is like around there. So price-wise between the perfume and the body mist is not that big of a difference, but it was mainly about the scent. I just really like the scent of You're the One, even though this is kind of the equivalent of that. Just again to make room in my collection for newer stuff. And then, let's see, is that it? Yeah, that's it. Oh no, one more. This that just sold. I actually just put this up because as I was doing these declutters, I see on my doorstep that I got a PR package from Commodity and it was of this exact scent. So I was like, okay, well now I have 2. I'm gonna get rid of one. This is Milk Orchid from Commodity. which I really like, but they literally just sent me a new one in the mail. They have a new look for it. It's like this black one, and now it has a cap. So I decided to get rid of this one because the original packaging, which I really like the original packaging as well, but this one doesn't have a cap, so I just went with the one that does have a cap. So this is one of those situations where I had two of the exact same perfume, so I just stuck with the one that has the cap on it. But Milk Orchid is a really nice one, kind of creamy like tonic, but floral, very warm. Now let's get into the ones that are up that are still available. So as far as perfume listings, all that's left is Sabrina Carpenter's Sweet Tooth. I finally got rid of this. I say finally because I love this scent. Such a nice white chocolatey kind of scent. But I have another scent that I love more. And again, I just found that I wasn't using this as much as I do really like it. But we're gonna let that go. And then I have these two Dossier scents. I have Ambery Neroli, which is a dupe for Prada Paradox, which I just don't really care for anymore. And then Blue Breeze. Honestly, I use this scent so much that I'm now sick of it. I've had like 3 bottles of it. My husband used up a whole bottle. I used up a whole bottle. And then this is the 3rd one, and I'm just like, after a while you get sick of certain scents, and now I'm kind of sick of it. But I really love this. Like this, it reminds me of summer now because my husband was wearing it all throughout our time when we were in Greece this summer. So nostalgic. This is such a good aquatic kind of citrus aromatic scent, unisex. Really nice. Really nice for the summertime, but like I said, just got sick of using it so much. And those are all the fragrances that are left. But as far as body stuff, like body sprays and some lotions, all of it is on there. This box is literally so heavy, but there's a few questions about the body mist as well, so let me kind of go through those. Cereal Milk Soft Serve. I put this up. Usually with body sprays, I list them in 2s, so this is listed with something. I'm not sure what. We'll get there. This one, was not using it. I love the Milk collection, the Milk collaboration, but this one I was not using. The other 2, the Raspberry Holiday Pie Bar and the original Milk White Chocolate one, love those, and I was just not using this. But this is another really nice gourmandy kind of scent. Glazed Pumpkin. I just am not in the mood for these scents, and I could keep them, but I just know that when the fall time rolls around, there'll be better scents out to come. I really love this one for the fall time though. It's such a cozy scent, like gourmand pumpkin, but in a really good way. Really like it. It's just like I'm not in the mood for this. Like, we're in spring, girl. And then I got rid of this entire collection. Vanilla Bean Noel. It still smells a little off to me, even though I try to kind of love her. It's still not great. Twisted Peppermint. I use this a lot actually in the winter time, which was like a new rediscovered love for me, which I never used to like Twisted Peppermint because I just didn't understand why anybody would want to smell like mint. But I actually really fell in love with it this past winter. I'm just kind of over it now. Like, I get over scents really fast. That's another thing about me. And Winter Candy Apple, just wasn't really using it. I feel like it's kind of like a basic apple scent, even though it's nice. Just have other scents, guys. Champagne Apple and Honey, kind of the same goes for this as the Winter Candy Apple. Touch of Gold. I have other ones that are very perfumey like this when I was kind of going through my collection. Ice Cream Float. This is really nice. It smells like Coca-Cola. This is such a unique scent. It smells like Coca-Cola, then it kind of dries off into this really nice vanilla. So good, but I feel like it's a little bit too juvenile for me and like literal Coca-Cola, which is nice, but I don't know. I don't know if I'd wear that a ton, even though I wore it a few times. Book Loft. I do not use this. To me, this smells nice, but I never really understood this. I thought this would be way more gourmand and like cozy, you're reading a book kind of thing, but it's actually just a really fresh scent. Copperfields, really love this, and it's kind of an equivalent scent to my Miami Glow from Jayla, which y'all know I love, but I don't use the body mist. Like, if I want to pull for that scent, I just go for Miami Glow. And I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it for the mists. Got rid of a couple lotions. This one, Creme de Pistachio from EOS. I don't know if I've ever hauled this or talked about it. I used it literally once, and it's very similar to Sol de Janeiro's Bum Bum Cream, but like the EOS equivalent. So I just didn't use it because I use my Bum Bum Cream more. And then this one, I really liked. I used this a couple times. Really nice for the summertime, but I have really good summertime lotions now that I'm excited to wear. And this was just, it wasn't getting love. This is by Hawaiian Tropic Body Butter After Sun. This reminds me of that Way St. Bart's scent kind of, but it's way more affordable, obviously. There's also a couple other things like these Kumba Made lotions. Egyptian musk and Persian garden. I have the oils for both of those and I love the oils, but I never find myself reaching for the lotions, even though I thought I would when I bought them. But my over consumeristic brain at the time kind of got the best of me when I was buying those, because I could have definitely just stuck with the oils and been fine, you know. So that is everything that is currently up on my Mercari, everything that's available and everything that's not. If you want anything, definitely check them out on my Mercari. This drop definitely flew. Like, I did not expect for most of the stuff to sell out just with the community tab post. So I'm sorry, because I always get these comments on these videos of people saying I did not get a chance to get anything. So hopefully anything that you had your eye on hasn't sold out. That is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and turn your post notifications on, and I will see you in my next video.